Four letters strike fear in the hearts of many Singaporean parents. PSLE. The situation is so severe that companies like OCBC Bank are even offering the PSLE leave scheme to their employees to prepare their children for the educational milestone. In this point-blank episode, we examine how Singaporean parents cope with the stresses of bringing up children in Singapore and living in a rat race society. A common gripe among parents is that the education syllabus is too tough for their children.
The syllabus is really tough, and that's very real. I don't even know what it's going to be like in terms of PSLE. I've heard a lot of scary stories about it. So if you think about it, the child's immediate future, at least for the teenage years, really lies on one exam. No matter how they do holistic assessments and everything now in school, their future in the secondary school lies in that very one exam. So the pressure is really great.
Kids now, they get stressed very much way early in their age. So sometimes to such a level that they don't know how to tell the parents that I'm stressed, I do not know how to answer these questions, I fear this subject. So
firstly, I have to ease the concept of what exams are, because he's not have exams at all for primary one, and I think that's a good move from the system's perspective to actually ease from preschool to primary school.
For many students, the end of the school day marks the start of additional lessons or tuition classes.
Kids need a lot of help. It's whether the help comes from the parent, who, if they have time, or whether it's by an external provider who's paid for the services. In fact, nowadays, they even workshop for parents so that the parents can then in turn help the kids. A lot of the syllabus in school, it doesn't get covered to the extent that's required. Very often, we find that unless we did a lot of extra homework on our own, we wouldn't, if we based it just purely on what she's learning in school, she wouldn't be able to answer, I think, a good 40% of the questions in exams.
No tuition for my child yet, but I can foresee that maybe in 2 to 3 years' time, primary 5, primary 6, he might need that additional push to go into tuition. Not because we subscribe to the ideology of tuition, we don't like it, but the fact is we parents try to give them our best, but sometimes our teaching might not be, although we mean well, it might confuse the kids if we teach them the wrong things.
I have seen math problems at primary 1 where I had to use algebra to solve. So in that case, if this persists on in the next few years, I think tuition, I share the concept that tuition is a necessary evil, because I may be imparting a wrong skill set to my child who may not have understood the concept of how to solve a particular problem the way he's supposed to solve it at that level.
Do all of you think that the education syllabus right now is too challenging for the kids?
Definitely. I think it's there are many factors why the syllabus is so challenging. Firstly, the scope and the depth required is really quite amazing. Secondly, the teachers, I think, may also have quite a challenge delivering that syllabus to the standard that's required for the exams over that limited period of time. As a result, I think that's why a lot of working parents and even a lot of stay-at-home parents send their kids for tuition. If I didn't keep on top of things consistently and read more myself, I wouldn't be able to help them achieve a reasonable standard.
The amount of homework they have to do at home is easily 2 to 3 hours. Just sit there, worksheets, and you should look at what is given to them before the school holidays.
And we're advised to give children a vision break.
My dad was a primary school teacher. He's retired, and he's dedicated almost 4 to 5 decades of his life teaching primary school kids. And the current curriculum, there are even some math problems that he has issues understanding himself. Well, I salute them for the curriculum to get people to think out of the box, but to to push it to a limit where I think even us adults have problems grappling it. I sometimes wonder whether the child could even cope with such questions.
It seems parents are stressed out trying to make sure their children keep up with school requirements. Hear more about Andy, Dominic and Susie's homework woes in our next clip.
Look out for